Before you go to your group, you want to listen to the intro for this reading. Because of the type of reading that this is, I took a different approach to how I start out the readings for this one. There were so many loved ones trying to come through. At some point, I had to just close the door. Otherwise, the readings would have been scattered and all over the place. So, how I start out each reading is giving specifics about the different people that are present for that group. And then, after we define the different loved ones that are present, then I go into the messages that they have for you. So you want to sit through that first round and see if there's anything that stands out for you that lets you know, hey, my person is here. Now, when I go through that process, if you don't hear anything that stands out about your person, it's up to you if you want to stick around for the reading at that point. Because there are some things that come up after that point in the reading that are specific about some of the loved ones that came through, but I couldn't foresee those things coming up. They just came up. So in any case, I wanted to explain that. So take your time, look at the images. If I feel my intuition is not on point that particular day, I will close my eyes, and whichever of the images come to mind first, that's the one that I will roll with. But most importantly, allow your mind to be still and see which image stands out for you. And then from there, you can go to the description or the pinned comment and click on the timestamp for that group. I'll see you at your group. Group 1, I have to prepare you all for how I structured your particular group's reading, because while this is primarily a pet group, fur baby group, there is a very specific message about a small child that I have to get out first before I get to the fur babies, because this is a very important, strong message. So if you do not want to hear the message about the small child because you're here for your pet, you can click on the timestamp in this group. I have a group 1 and it says small child or children, whatever I'm going to put in the timestamp. And then there's a second timestamp for group 1 that says fur baby group. So you can skip past this message if you want to and go straight to your reading. For the small group of people that are here, and this may even be one person because this message is so specific but important, this child was still being bottle fed. I don't know what you think the cause of death was. However, the cause of death is directly connected to the child's milk. There was a form of poisoning. I'm not saying that this was intentional. This is toxins that are in the actual milk that was fed to the child. And listen, I can feel your grief already. And I want you to understand I'm going to be very direct in this reading, but I do have compassion. The reason I'm being so direct with you and straightforward is because this did not just impact your child. Many children that are being impacted by this milk, it's not causing death. It is causing lifelong health issues. When I say I'm getting massive chills right now from this is why I knew I had to get this message out. So myself, your child, and every other person that is giving their child this milk need you to be focused, need you to be strong. Pick yourself up, take that milk that you have left in the home and get it tested. I know that you are in deep grief right now. However, if you want your spirit to rest, if you want your child's spirit to rest, you have to shed light on the issue with this milk, because there are other people with children that you can play a huge part in saving, because they are giving this milk to their children and they're going to continue to, because no one is the wiser. It just so happened that with your child, it was a more severe impact. You still have some of the milk left in the home. From what I'm seeing, if you do not, you can still go and buy the milk and have it tested. This child is with you on this journey of exposing what's in this milk, and they're not going to rest until it is exposed anyway. Again, I want to give you comforting words. And what I can tell you is the sense of peace that you're going to have, getting another massive chill from that. The sense of peace you're going to have when this is exposed, and understanding the part you played in keeping so many other parents from experiencing what you're experiencing right now, and keeping so many children from going into the rest of their life dealing with disabilities and health issues from this. It's just going to be huge for you. It's going to be very healing. It's going to help you move forward. So when you clicked on this reading, I'm sure that's not what you were expecting, such a short, brief message. But that is the important message. That is all that this child is saying right now. That's all that really matters to them, because they know that you will be able to rest, and they will as well once this is exposed. And please give me some peace as well by coming back once this is uncovered, letting me know that you took those steps to help others. And I just speak for you peace and healing. I'm going to go into the fur baby pile now for the fur baby, feather baby group. Group being the pet pile. Oh man, it's brought such a lighter energy to what could be such a heavy reading. I am a animal lover, and I just feel like Dr. Dolittle right now. There's so many here that have something to say. And so I'm going to be giving specific messages so that you can know if your fur baby is in the building or not. So be patient while I give everyone their specific message, and then from there we'll go more into other details of the reading. Kind of like with these type of readings, at some point I have to kind of close the door. It's like I can't have everyone here because it's just going to be all over the place. Okay, well, the first one stepping up to the plate that wants to raise their hand is this chocolate king cavalier. Yappy, big personality, might have been a little nippy too, especially towards men. I'm getting male energy, but could have also just been a strong alpha female. Man, yeah, this reading is just so much lighter. Okay, so also there's a parrot. Looks like their name started with a P. They might have passed because they broke something, broke their foot or something like that. I'll try to remember. I will get more into what they had to say about that. But for right now, I just want to confirm that your fur baby is here for you. There's also another guy that came through. I'm getting a chill before I even bring him up. I do believe this is a boy. Big all white guy, droopy eyes. He literally ate at the dinner table. You know, I was going to ask you all if, because there were so many coming in, to let me know, like in the comments, if you all want just a reading dedicated to pets. But just as we start this reading out, I know I'm going to do one because I know some of you your heart is sore, you're grieving, but I really hope that this reading actually makes you feel better and makes you laugh, because it's bringing me so much joy before I even finish getting the messages out. Cat burglar, where that has the cat that was always breaking into the refrigerator. Please leave me a comment and explain to me how this went. Up there's a confirmation right there from my phone. This cat might have been white and gray. There's a white and gray cat coming through. Oh, and for the this might be any pet, but I'm really getting strong for the cat. For someone's cat, where you had a lot of other rescues of all kinds, not just cats. And this cat, they didn't even see themselves as a cat. Like, they very much felt above all the Fosters and made it known. Like, if the Fosters weren't allowed, like on the couch or in certain rooms or whatever, the cat was not hearing any of that. They were like, yeah, well, I am. Okay, I am because I'm me. Okay, let me move on. And we're going to come back to other messages from all your fur babies. I'm just letting everyone know who's in the building right now. Okay, so there was a pit bull that came through, very strong, big head, strong bone structure, and gentle giant with very distinctive white markings. So there's two pits coming through. One, he's gray with really distinctive white markings, like they almost look like birthmarks or something, or little alien marks. And then there's another with like a brindle type coat that's coming through. I feel like the gray pit bull with the strong big head, strong bone structure, a complete family. There was 2 or 3 children, strong bond with the father and the daughter. The mom was not big on getting a dog at first, but he totally won her over, or she. Can't say which gender for that one. Oh, I remember getting some type of like injury on the left side of the face for someone's pet that was here. There's another fur baby that came through that was in the family photos. It may not have been planned initially for them to be in the family photos. I feel like maybe you guys brought them to the photo shoot, or this person came to your house to take photos or something, and the fur baby wasn't supposed to be in all the photos, but they weren't having it. They were like, I'm in every single photo. I'm in every single photo because I am this family. I am a part of this family. I should be in every photo. Or you had a child, you had a new baby, and you're taking pictures of the baby. In every photo that you tried to take of the baby, they're zooming to get into the photo. They're going to get into the picture as well. There is a dog that transitioned where they were the only dog and there was 3 other cats. The cats have definitely been grieving. I'm hearing demure. So maybe the cats ran the show and the dog was more chill. But now he's very much watching over them because I feel like these cats are allowed to go outside. And so he's watching over them as they're roaming the streets. Last couple of fur babies coming in. There's also some type of bulldog coming in, a bulldog mix, maybe a pug bulldog mix that was very playful, very chunky dog. May have lost a lot of weight right before they transitioned, but very playful, funny, just prankster. Prankster, yeah. I'm hearing prankster, wankster. I don't know why I heard wankster, but whoever that applies to, they're going to know why wankster came up. I want to make sure I mention this. There is someone here whose pet has not transitioned, and you're struggling with whether or not to put them down, and you came to this reading thinking, okay, if they come up in the reading, that means let me move forward with sending them over the rainbow bridge. And I wish I could give you a better answer, but they're not making that decision for you. They're making it very clear that whatever you decide, they are okay with. So you can hang around in this reading if you want and see if there's more messages for you here. But I wanted to make sure I acknowledged you. Okay, last one before we start getting into messages from all of these fur babies. If you have a pet that transitioned, that stole the Thanksgiving turkey off the table, stole like a whole chicken or a whole duck or a whole turkey off of the table at some point, I'm seeing during a holiday, you're in the right reading. Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys. So let's and someone here fed their dog like dog ice cream. Yeah, It was like they went bonkers over this ice cream. So you guys kept it in stock, may have even learned how to make it yourself because you were buying it so much. Okay, let's start getting into some specific messages. I hope for those of you who fur baby may not have shown up yet through the specific messages, you can stick around. They may still come through. I don't know exactly what's going to come up. This is just what came up in the meditation. However, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a pet reading for you guys, just specifically dedicated to you all. Let me know if that's what you want in the comments. There is someone that works in finance, or that's an attorney, paralegal, works in some form of law, that took their fur baby to work with them, or they work from home and they hung out in the office with them. They still do that. They see you burying yourself in your work to kind of block out your grief. They just want you to know how much they enjoyed being a part of your work and you bringing them with you to work, because this person, that whoever you are that was bringing your pet to work with you, you're very passionate about what you do. So they took that as a compliment that you made them a part of that. And so they're still joining you at work. You may see certain signs, or you all may have had something show up right outside your window and you felt that was them. Even little things that they used to knock over in your workspace that you'll see knocked over since they've been gone, and they're saying, yes, that's me. This very vocal chocolate fur baby that's coming through, very much feeling like they were the apple of your eye, the star of the show. They enjoyed it. They give very regal, bratty, baby of the family. You know, the things that you let them get away with, yeah, it made them feel very special. This fur baby definitely ran the show. I want to speak on the parrot that's coming through. Name may have started with a P. That experience, they broke something. I keep getting a foot, but they broke something, and they want you to know this was an accident, and there's a lot of grief around this accident. And they want you to know two things. For one, you guys may have thought that you were their first family that they ever had, and they said you were not. They had another family prior to you all, and they were not a good family. They did not take good care of them. They were not happy there. And so whoever had the parrot or the bird, you might be anywhere to 60 years of age and up. And they're saying they did not want you to go before them. So they were glad that they left before you, because after the experience they had with the family prior to you, they didn't want any other family after you. They were very happy. They felt very loved. They appreciated the freedom you gave them. I see they hung out with you on the couch and got to move around in the house. You might have even had a what is that called, like a greenhouse outdoors or something that they were able to fly around in. They loved all of that, and they didn't want to have any other life experience with anyone else after you. And so they're happy that they left before, and they're still with you, and your regret and grief over this accident, when it means nothing to them, because they're totally at peace. Up there's a confirmation. They're totally at peace and just enjoying still buzzing around the house with you now. So I really hope that brings you comfort. There's an all-white dog here. Their hair was in a ponytail. Also very just prissy, spunky. This is definitely a girl. I'm seeing, or if it's not a girl, you were putting like bows and stuff in their hair. Her, as well as there's another fur baby coming through that was just super snooty about their blankets, their beds. The blanket had to be the right texture. It had to be really soft. If you tried to give them a blanket that was too thin or that wasn't plush, they were not laying on it. Just very grateful for how you pampered them, the level of care and love that they were given. Like, this is another fur baby that you could not tell them that they were not human. They didn't see themselves like other species in their group. they they felt above them. And this is all you, this is all because of you. You're the reason they felt above their species. Okay, back to the cat burglar really quick. This may have even been there are some of you that may even have had a dog or some other pet that somehow was getting into the fridge. But I'm hearing very clearly, like, for some of you, this was like whenever you went grocery shopping or you went to a specific restaurant. You went to a specific restaurant and got certain food, and you put those leftovers in the fridge, or you stocked that fridge with groceries, you knew the fridge was getting broken into. Unfortunately, for some of you, this could have played a part in the health issues that they had because they were eating things that they should not have been eating. But they're like, listen, they don't care. They said they lived a happy life. They appreciated that even when you were angry, you couldn't help but laugh at the things they did that made you angry. There was also a fur baby coming up that was like obsessed with the movie Life of Pets. I keep hearing part one. Life of Pets, the first one. You guys watched this together, or you would put it on for them when you were leaving the house because they love this movie. They're saying that they really, ironically, even though I don't think this was a rabbit, they identified with the rabbit. Oh my goodness. This is they identify with the rabbit, but they love that movie. Loved it. And they love when you watch it now without them because they're still there. And they just feel they appreciate you honoring, remembering them by going back and watching it. This same pet, and there are others coming through as well, that just said they were very comfortable in their home. They loved their home. They were very grateful for the freedom they had within their home. Some of them, while they appreciated the walks, you could tell when you came back from your walk, for those of you who walked your pet, you could just tell how much they loved their home and how comfortable they were there was something in particular they would do whenever you guys came back from either walking or taking a drive somewhere. It's something they did as soon as you guys came back, that just as if they had worked a full 12-hour shift or something. I don't know. That was their way of showing you, there's no place like home. I love home. You've made this home comfortable for me. It's perfect. I couldn't be happier. Like, yes. And you can keep one thing out, but having all their things out is not helping you with getting past, with healing. And they're saying you don't need to have all those things still out because they're there and they're not going anywhere. They're still hanging out with you. Okay, group one, I'm back. It is the next day. There are more messages that have now come in, and we're going to finish up the remainder of this reading. So, a Mickey came through that's also in this group. There are several of you that are holding on to guilt because you feel like you ignored the signs, you missed certain things. Oh, I should have taken them to the vet for this or that. And we're not doing that. We are not doing that to ourselves. Of course, your fur baby that's crossed over harbors no resentment. If they did have any suffering, they don't remember it now. They're not suffering now. And you cannot heal and move forward holding on to signs that you missed. Ignoring these signs was not intentional. So you learn from them, and now their future sibling, there are things that you know how to handle better, or things that you know to watch out for, or food that you know not to feed them. going forward, pets show up right before their fur baby transition or right after their fur baby transition, and they brought them in so that you could release, so that you could move forward, so that you could let go, so that they could feel comfortable leaving you, because they brought that have not gotten another pet. You think that there's no way that you're going to have that same connection with another pet. You don't even want to think about getting another pet. And they are saying, absolutely. First of all, and I do believe that this is a thing. You don't know if they're going to come back through the next pet that you get. You don't know, right? Or at least that's my belief system. But also, just to share with you all, for those who feel like it's impossible to have that connection with another pet, I want to tell you that I've experienced the loss of a pet, that you couldn't tell me that this wasn't a once in a lifetime connection that I had with her. And even though my pooch that I have now, no, he didn't replace her. Confirmation right there. No, he didn't replace her. But what he did show me was that I was absolutely capable of loving another fur baby just as much as I loved her, and having just as much of a bond and connection as I did with her. I still think about her to this day. It's been over 10 years. I still miss her at times. I still feel her presence. But my pooch that I have now, he went, and I took my time with getting Disco. But when he did come in, he definitely helped me heal. At first, I was comparing everything he did to her, and I felt that was unfair to him. But he has a very different personality from her. She was very spicy, very much a diva. Both, I don't know. Does everyone think their pet is just super smart? Because I feel like both of them are just crazy smart. Like, I just talk to them like they're humans and they get it. But I'm telling you this because I do not want you to miss out on the amazing gift of having the love of another pet, getting rid of that loud silence of not having that little pitter patter, tip tap of paws tapping around the house, or for those who have feather babies, them yapping and talking to you. I know what that feels like. When my Leaky, that was her name, one of her many names, when she passed, I just didn't see it happening with any other pet. I was like, there's no way. And now, more than 10 years later, I have Disco. I've had him for 10 years, and I love them both equally and have just as strong of a connection with him. So please, for those who are dismissing that, be open to that. And for those who this doesn't apply to, thank you for sitting through that message. Okay, for those who this doesn't apply to, I hope you guys are entertained by this cat by this cat burglar, because I am. Like, every time he or she comes through, it just tickles me. So the cat burglars in this group, one of them at least, are saying that thank you for the freedom that you allowed them. There may be some guilt attached to that too, where you feel like if you didn't give them as much freedom, then they would still be with you. Because for some of you, this is a cat or a pet that was allowed to roam, and this is how you lost them. And they say, nope, they wouldn't have lived their life any other way. Thank you. And that, they were able to live life to the fullest. They're giving Sagittarius energy for sure. And I don't know, maybe that they were a Sagittarius. I'm getting a chill from that. They're giving Sagittarius energy where they're like, no, I loved my life. I got to experience and see things that a lot of others did not, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So again, please release that. And don't put those fears and regrets on your other fur babies in the house if you have them. So for all of you, I want to just express from one pet parent to another, like, we all know how healing and comforting and special they are. And even when they leave us, how blessed. Goodness gracious, I'm getting emotional. All right, let's get this message out. How blessed are we to know what it's like to experience them, to know what it's like to have that unconditional love. The example I always like to use when it comes to pets. You can be married to a person that you are madly in love with, and a year, 2 years later, end up in divorce court with that person, wondering how you ever could even stand that person. This is the human experience, right? But oh my goodness, with fur babies, and feather babies, they are just so forgiving. Their love is so unconditional. They make us laugh through our tears. They make us smile when we're depressed. They can just make your heart gush just watching them sleep. This is my tribe right here in this group. Like, we get each other. And so, oh man, I just pray for all of you that this reading helped. Share in the comments if you want more of these. I'm thinking about just doing a pet reading, whether they're here with us or not. Because I actually really enjoyed this. So many of your fur babies were just funny. It made me smile. It made me laugh. I have a goal by my birthday, which is the end of January, of getting to 1,000 subscribers. So if this reading did help you, please help me in return by subscribing, liking, commenting. When you guys do that, it pushes this reading out to other people that are going through what you're going through, that need to hear this message. I thank you guys for trusting me with these messages for you, and I will see you all on the next one. Pile 2, right away, heavy male presence in this father figure, father, grandfather, even a brother. If it's a brother, he had a lot of children. So I'm just going to get into it because you guys' messages were literally coming through as I was moving throughout my day. And I feel like this is a more recent passing, someone that hasn't been gone very long. Older father figures, grandpa, but there's definitely a brother in here that left like in their 50s, late 40s, early 50s. I'm going to try to get to everyone, but let's one at a time here. One of the things I want to say about this male presence, so that you know that this is your pile, is, for one, this person was a hard worker. They were very big on work and family, even if it didn't seem like that, because they were so engulfed in their work. I believe that because they were so into their work, that this is the reason why a lot of the times where they're with you and you'll notice little things that make you feel they're around, or get messages from them, is while you're working or involved in business dealings. When you're handling business, when you're working, that's when they're with you the most. And they're really about supporting you career-wise. I'm going to get to the children and the grandchildren in a minute too, because there's some things going on with either children or grandchildren that they want you to know and that they're dealing with. But I'll get to that in a second. Let me get this message about work and business dealings out. They are really focused on helping you with stability, giving you the courage to go after these things that you may have been intimidated or trying to be too perfect or too strategic before kicking off this business venture or going into this new career, on this new career path. They are sending you all types of signs to encourage you and let you know, I got you. Do it. Go for it. Because they want the peace of knowing that you and your family are going to be stable now that they're gone, that you're good. So there's a grandchild or a child that is being bullied at school. For one, they are dealing with that bully. But for those where there are children involved here, a niece, a son, a grandchild, I also feel like you guys are not aware of this bullying. And they're saying that you're so, which is a good thing, but you're so confident in your connection with your child that you're not even seeing that they're being bullied. Like you're in your mind, it's like, not my child. My child would never be bullied is what I'm getting for some of you all. And that's a confirmation. That phone ringing is a confirmation. Hold on, you all. Okay, I'm back. I don't like silencing things because I take that as strong confirmations. When notifications come through my phone and things like that, I take those as strong confirmations. So I usually leave the phone on. But anyways, and it's not that you don't have a good connection with your child. It's just in this particular area, like because your child is so well-rounded in so many areas, and you just feel like it's your child would either say something or they just wouldn't tolerate being bullied. In any case, they want you all to be aware of that, or this grandchild, or you may see, I'm specifically hearing a niece that's being bullied and you feel like the sibling is not doing anything about it and that is bothering you. They want you to continue to push on that, but they also want you to know they're dealing with this bully as well. And what I mean by that is that bully is going to be either transferred out of the school or the classroom in January. Like when they come back from Christmas break, that bully's going to be out of there. Moving on past that. The other thing is you guys looking to relocate. There are some of you that have not been happy with where you're living right now. It doesn't feel like home anymore to you all. You don't appreciate your neighborhood like you used to, or, so I don't know if it's things going on in the area, or it's issues with the house, but you guys really have been contemplating either moving to another home and neighborhood or relocating out of the state altogether. And you're making a lot of excuses for why you're not doing it, trying to make sure everything is perfect before you do it. And they're telling you that, once again, they have your back, and that if you just start taking steps in the direction of making this move, you're going to see how they're going to have things unfold perfectly for you because they're supporting this move. I just got to chill from that. At least on my end, I understand like wanting to make sure that you have things lined up before making that move, especially if some of you are selling a home. Totally understand you wanting to make sure things are lined up. However, what they're telling you is like you're being frozen in the perfectionism. Like the perfectionism is freezing you up where you're not even taking baby steps towards making this happen. And if you take simple steps towards making this happen, they're going to, that small step, they're going to open up big things for you where you will feel more comfortable moving forward because they're showing you, hey, we're lining it up for you where everything's going to fall into place and this move will go the way you want it to. The other thing with this male figure is they're showing you things that they did when they were here that you were unaware of. You're learning some things about this person that has you viewing them in a different light than how you saw them when they were here. It may not be a drastic shift, but some things that you're being enlightened about in terms of what they were doing when they were here that you were unaware of. And they're showing you those things. I'm getting a chill from that too. They're kind of poking their chests out about it actually. Like, yeah, I want my credit. Man, it was another saying that they kept saying. Oh, yes, I remember now. I kept hearing, I did that. If that's something that your person used to say, definitely let me know in the comments because I kept hearing, I did that. And then I started hearing, you did that. I'm also, in terms of zodiac signs, Sagittarius came up, Taurus. It's Capricorn energy on it too. Sagittarius, Taurus, Capricorn, and Cancer. Okay. I don't like saying a whole bunch of zodiac signs, but yeah, that's those are some of the energies I'm getting that you can also get as confirmation for you. I also feel like they weren't born in your hometown. They weren't born in your hometown, might have actually been born in the South somewhere. But yeah, a lot of what's coming through was they were not born in your hometown. These are just some things to confirm that this is your pile. And, they really would like for you to be comfortable with communicating with them, asking them for things. And when you ask them for these things, you can have certain ways that they can show you confirmation. You can say, show me a gold moon, symbol or something something that where you wouldn't second guess that it's them. If you're comfortable with that, which they're hoping you are, like they're saying, hey, they're here. They're here to support. They haven't went anywhere, so to speak. They're still very much with you all. If this person had a spouse, they're very much watching over that spouse and wanting that spouse to have stability, and the children and the grandchildren. Yeah, I'm getting a massive chill from that. They really are protective over the family, wanting the family to have stability, which I'll get chills like going down my back, my neck, my arms when energy is coming through and wants to say, hey, this is confirmation that you are super on point with this. I really want this person to hear this message because I know they're going to know it's me. That's what I mean when I say I'm getting chills from that. Together, keep the family in order. Like they still feel the need to kind of go around and make sure that there's like order within the family, structure, stability, unity, and health is another thing that's coming up. Wanting people to really take care of themselves because they feel like there's some things so for some of you, there's some things they felt like they could have done better that they took for granted, or maybe something that was nagging them that they ignored. It could have been what resulted in them not being here with us anymore. Ooh, I also had a motorcycle accident come through. For those who that applies to, feel like that's connected to this brother that came through, please let me know in the comments. Wow. Yeah, for those of you who lost the brother in a motorcycle accident or lost someone in a motorcycle accident, they are with you at night. When you are struggling to go to sleep, when you're getting up in the morning and it's tough, they're with you. They are very much with you, and they are saying, get up, baby. Come on. They're bringing you things throughout the day to make you smile and to just motivate you to get out of bed. Healing vibrations. They are not paying me to say this. I have no affiliation to them other than I love this channel, and I think it's really great for people that are dealing with grief. It's called Healing Vibrations. It's a sound bath channel. I'll link them in the description for you all if I remember to do it. If I forget, just ask me in the comments and I'll do it. But it's a sound bath channel. It's great for those of you who are struggling with sleep. Some of you all are dealing with insomnia. They have a sleep channel too. They have healing vibrations and sleeping vibrations, I think. I'll link both of those. But when I say that channel can bring you so much comfort and help you get grounded, help you settle your emotions, because there are definitely some that have come to this reading where you're just so frazzled, your emotions are so intense that it's like emotionally hyperventilating without hyperventilating. It's like you feel like you can't calm down. You can't. They're guiding me to been entertaining, but you're kind of worried about the responsibility of it. And they're saying that this pet is going to bring you so much comfort, and you're going to love this pet so much that you're not going to effortless. It's going to be nothing for you. But in terms of the healing that it'll bring you, it makes a world of difference. And your children may have been asking you for a pet too. Some of you all have been more active this year since this person has passed. They love that. They love to see you getting out, being more social. If you're single, they are out there working, searching high and low for your mate. This person is big on marriage, unity. Rather that was something that they showed in their life or not, that's what they want for you. So they love seeing you get out and be social and be more active, because they're really working on bringing your mate in, bringing the right person in for you where you're done looking. But they also feel, for some of you, kind of this anxiousness to find your mate, and they're like, chill. Like, because if you chill and if you don't chase and you attract, the right thing's going to come in. If you're aggressive, looking, kind of feeling a bit of anxious energy, then you're going to bring in a bunch of mess. So they're saying they got you. Just continue to be social and be active. For those who that applies to, I know that are so grief stricken that, especially with the one involving that motor, that you guys are not getting out and they just want you to get out and let the sun hit your face. They said some of you all love going to brunch, or that's together going to brunch. They want you to go enjoy brunch. They still want to see you doing that, even if it's just going to brunch by yourself and journaling. That's another thing. Journaling is going to help you with getting that grief out, with getting your thoughts out. They're going to channel through you journaling and give you messages through you journaling, because their whole thing is, even though they're coming through me, they don't want to have to come through me. They want to be able to communicate with you directly so that they can continue to guide you on certain moves that you're making and continue to encourage you to make these moves that they're supporting you on. They want you to make sure that you have some type of daily activity to get grounded, whether that's going for a walk in the morning, whether that's going to the gym, whether that's meditation, journaling. They want you to have some type of grounding routine, and they're saying it doesn't have to be a lot of your day, but that's when you're going to hear their messages the most clearly, and God's messages, or whatever higher power you believe in, respectfully. Whether this person showed it or not, they want you to know how much they love you, how much they just adore their family, and how important it is for them to continue to support you guys holding it together. And not to leave anyone out, but this motorcycle accident, or this brother, keeps coming up, and I believe the reason why is because this person is really struggling to get through their grief. So please be considerate, you all, for who this doesn't apply to. They just want to say that they're remembering all the times that you all laughed together, and they're reminding you a little funny things, inside jokes and stuff that you all used to laugh about together to make you smile, because they are doing everything to bring you out of that depression, out of that funk, because they say they have plans for you. And so you got to get up and heal, and know that they haven't went anywhere. They're just on the other side, but they say you have a life to live, a calling on your life that they plan on being there to support you on. And they're just like cheering you on to get up out of that bed and wipe your tears. Okay, y'all, before I start crying. All right. So help me out. I'm growing this channel. Hit the like button, subscribe if you appreciate these messages. It helps this get out to more people, and it motivates me to continue to do this for you all. Okay, I really hope these messages gave you all some comfort. Feel free to ask questions or leave comments. I appreciate the interaction, the engagement, okay? And I'm going to leave a link to another video if you feel like you still need more messages. I'll see you all on the next one. Group 3. I'm going to be giving very specific messages, especially as we start out, so that you can know right away if this group is for you. Lots of feminine, female energy in this pile. I have not picked up any male energy yet for this group. One of the first things that came through was a school teacher or someone that worked with children. There are some of you that have lost adult children, and even more specifically to cancer. I felt the cancer in the upper right chest area. That could also apply to a parent. Have someone that was a heavy smoker, or even drug use. If you hear a specific message and it's not for you, be patient while I work to get these messages out. Once I go through the first round of specific messages, you can determine if there's messages here for you or not. Back to some defining messages. I'm also looking at a May Gemini, a chain smoker pile, and someone that may have used hard drugs in the past, that started to deal with cancer, pancreas issues, actually after they got clean. Heavy Aries energy here. Someone here that was grandma's favorite. This can go both ways. The person that's on the other side could have been grandma's favorite, even lived with the grandmother, or the other way around. where the grandmother is here, you were their favorite, you may have even lived with the grandparent, taking care of them. Some of those who have transitioned was a singer, had a great voice, and a challenging relationship with the father. There's someone that left a lot of children behind. Mother who left a lot of children behind. She breastfed like 3 of the children. So if there may have been more than 3 children, but she breastfed 3 of them. Okay, these are the last specific messages to know if your loved one is here. There's also a suicide victim, drug overdose that's here as well. So now we're going to start getting into what they have to say. I get messages through sound. It's one of the ways that I get messages. So I use those as confirmation. And my phone rang when I mentioned the last 2. I'm also having a difficult time breathing. Lung cancer, someone that had asthma or passed from an asthma attack. The mom that passed from cancer or a drug overdose, or that used, well, we're just going to say this. There was a mother that wasn't the best mom. There are many of you here that were raised by a grandparent or someone else besides the mom. The mom wasn't very present. And she just wants you to know, I'm getting a massive chill from that. She just wants you to know that she is making up for how she was not there for you in the physical world. She's making up for it in the spiritual world. And so there are many of you that are going through massive transformations right now. And what I mean by that is there may be a lot of grief, a lot of sadness right now. I mean, it's not even necessarily specific to this mom. It's just grief and sadness in your life right now. You're not happy with where you are. You're not happy perhaps with the person that you're with, a relationship or marriage that you're in, career that you're in. Stay with me on this. They're sending you through that to force this awakening so that you can have the aha moments and courage to walk away from those situations and move towards what you're supposed to be doing. They're showing you signs. They're showing you things that you like, what it is that you can do that will make you happy. Many of you, there's another confirmation. Many of you do not want to live in the city that you're in. You need to move to a different type of climate altogether to find your happiness. And it's something that you were talking about even when this loved one, I don't even want to limit this particular message to a mom that's passed on, but everyone here that this applies to. You all were talking about and have said you wanted to live in a different city, different state, even before this person passed on, and they're pushing you towards that. You suffer from seasonal depression. I'm saying this even if you're in a warmer climate, just the lack of activity during the winter months, and then especially the reminders with the holidays. So I don't want to linger on that too much, but for those of you that are just having a challenging time with life, not even connected to this loved one, and for those of you that are having challenges with the loss of the loved one, I'm getting to that next. But for those of you that are just having a challenge with life right now and not happy with the choices and where you are in life right now, they are sending you through this grief. I know that may sound harsh, but they are really trying to, I'm not using tarot cards for this reading, but in tarot, it's called a tower moment. So they're like forcing you to have this, they're causing this pivot. I can't think of the word right now. It's this push to transformation. So yeah, listen, I know it's challenging right now, but when you get on the other side of this, you're going to be so glad that you were forced out of what you're in right now, because you're going to be thinking like, man, I would have just continued to live with more of the same and finding all these superficial things to try to make me happy, buying a new car, buying a game system, a new TV, trying to improve my house, taking these trips with people that I don't even want to take trips with, trying to find happiness with these very surface level things when that's not going to cut it. Okay. I want to move on to those of you that are still very much in grief with this passed on loved one. They want you to pay attention to the constant reminders that they're giving you in the morning or before you go to bed at night. There's something that is constant. It's a constant reminder that they're giving you. I'm tempted to get specific, but I don't want to leave anyone out. Something with candy and eating for someone. There's also a television show that you all used to watch together. They're showing you some type of reminder through that. These are just ways that they're giving you hugs, that they're comforting you, that they're saying, hey, I am still here. I'm not there in the physical world, but I am here. And you can talk to me, and I want to give you comfort. I want to lift you up and help you continue to carry on. For some, there's a pet that you have that was very attached to this person. There's a pet that, or pets that are bringing you comfort. They're wanting to bring light in your life through a business connected to your pet or pets or animals. You may have a shop that you start where you're selling toys or clothing for pets. Yeah, I feel that very heavily. They're nudging you towards that, and they're telling you to act. They're saying as this business takes off, that it's going to be a distraction for you and a form of healing to get through this grief. A jewelry business for some of you all, and some of you that have taken on a business that this person left behind as well. And you're, oh my goodness, I'm getting a chill from that. You're going to feel their energy and all types of signs and little messages that they're leaving all through the business, the office. Like, yes, they want you guys to keep that business was their baby, and they want you guys to keep that going. Some of you all are having challenges with siblings connected to this loss or family members. They do not want that to disturb your peace. They want you to know that they are very pleased with the choices that you've made on their behalf. And they said that is all that matters. Getting a chill from that. Yeah, getting a massive chill from that. They want you to listen to, they're saying you know what the right choice is, and that they do not want you allowing this outside noise to disturb your peace or make you choose differently. That take peace in knowing that they are happy, that find peace on the golf course. You find peace in and that activity, that movement, because there are those of you that really need to get out and move, because you're that sadness is setting up in the body and it's manifesting as illness. But when you get out and have this sport, this acting, I keep seeing a golf course. When you're doing this, it's creating movement in the body, and that is why it's lit. It is a form of therapy for you guys. It's a form of peace, and they're there with you. It is a way that you quiet basketball. It's a way that you're quieting your mind to where they're giving you messages at that time, but they want you to have that piece of peace more often. I'm not just saying this to hype any of you up. There are many of you here that at your core are such kind, giving souls. And I'm just giving you direct messages. You are not living your full purpose. You are not. There are greater things that you all are supposed to be doing. And the loved ones here are aggressively working to remove the blockages, the things that are keeping you from seeing or keeping you from going after what it is that you're meant to be doing. This group, a lot of you have a strong love for animals. Your love for animals is just a confirmation of how kind of a soul you are, how good your core is. If you're questioning the type of person you are, your foundation is good. The core of you is good. Understand that the things that you are questioning about yourself is not connected to your core. It has to do with the everything that's around you right now. Either the person you're with, the environment you're in, the people you're choosing to connect with, the career that path that you're going down. Really, let me take back the word career, the job. If you have a career, then you could very well be in the profession that you're meant to be in. But for those of you that have a job, you're not where you're supposed to be, many of you. For some of you, you're constantly switching jobs. And that's because you're not barking up the right tree. You're not doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And this passed on loved one is showing you that. Some of you is multiple. It's a grandparent, it's a mother, or it's a child and a grandparent. I want you to know you're human. This life is a journey. And if we all had it all figured out, and you didn't need to make any improvements or adjustments, then why would you still be here? So let that go. Don't beat yourself up about that. But listen, be fearless, please. They really want you to be fearless in taking these chances. It doesn't even have to be a major leap. It could be baby steps. I want to give an example. Like, okay, let's just say you wanted a career in cybersecurity. That is something that's actually, man, I was surprised to see how easily you can get into that profession and how much money you can make. Because, like, you could do the certifications and everything in less than a year. So let's just say that's something you wanted to do. They may continuously show you YouTube ads or these ads in your social media where you could take the classes, the certifications. You may have a friend that's mentioning stuff to you and you're like, man, I was thinking about this. But the thing I feel with this group, you all have a lot of great ideas, but your challenge is taking action on it. Lots of inspired thought, and you guys are not taking full action. Or you start, and the moment there's a little bit resistance, you allow that to make you feel defeated or allow you to procrastinate or you just forget about it. Your loved one on the other side, they are not allowing that. They're like, no, we want you to be financially stable. We don't want you making choices out of a scarcity or lack mindset. We want you to do something that you love so that you can channel that, you can transmute that sadness into happiness because you're doing something you love, and you will be able to feel their presence while you're doing this as you progress towards what it is that you should be doing. That's how you're going to know you're barking up the right tree. I'm going to throw some names out there too. Ron could be, even though I didn't really feel any male energy in this pal, it was mostly female, but it could be a woman that went by the name of like Ronnie, Pat, Patricia, Ronnie, Bronny, Bree. There's a Sarah, a name that started with a B, a P, a R. Oh, the interesting thing is I keep getting these some of these male names, even though I'm feeling a female energy, because I saw even a Nathaniel as well, which makes me think of Natalie, Nancy. Because I'm thinking of these male names, a lot of the women in this group had a strong personality as well. Oh, okay. This was another message that came up. For some of you that are here, where there's a parent coming through, or even a grandparent that raised you, you know, they're taking ownership of the fact that they were manipulative in certain situations and may have played off of your emotions as the child. And they're very apologetic for that. You may have, they said they apologize that they did not give you the apology that you so much deserved while they were here. They want you to heal. They want to let you know how much they regret not giving you the apology that you so much deserved in the physical realm. But they are going through great lengths to make up for it and bless you in the spirit. And they want you to know how much more they can do for you on the other side than they could do while they were here anyways. because they didn't feel they had much to offer you while they were here. And they underestimated the value and the power of them just telling you they loved you, and that they apologize for not being fully, not being what they could have been or should have been while they were here. I keep hearing the golden child, the golden child, and that may even connect to some film or to some television show that you all connect or resonate with. But they're saying that, you know, in every family there's a chosen one, and there may be multiple ones, and they're like, you are with the brightest light out of all of their children. And this is not to be disrespectful to your siblings or the rest of the family, but out of that family you have the kindest heart. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get past that and say that they want you to be very about other people and yourself also. And that these blessings that they're trying to have come through, the way you think and speak is playing a huge part in the delays. There's a lot of negative thoughts. There's a lot of negative talk. Some of you all are going to sleep watching negative things, watching things that you should not be watching. Like, you really have to respect the vibration that you're being left on for that entire 8 hours of sleep based off of what you're watching or listening to or doing right before bed. So they would love for you to have something or before you go to sleep to get you recalibrated. There are many of you all that are in low space right now. Whether you readjust by listening to sound baths. I'm probably going to be mentioning this channel a lot, even though they are not me or anything. I just think that they're amazing, and I trust the person that is. And man, every time he posts a new sound bath channel, it seems to be exactly what I needed at that time. So listening to that to calm you, to help you recalibrate, to help get the spirit back aligned and calmed and remove some of that grief. Or if you're into this, I listen to, sometimes depending on what, I go to sleep to Earl Nightingale, I'll go to sleep to Napoleon Hill, I'll go to sleep to Neville Goddard, Florence Scovel. I hope I'm saying her name right. Or even that's another favorite of mine. Talking about my mindset, getting me in alignment with what it is I want. I'll listen to those things to get myself back on track when I know I'm in a toxic environment, when I catch myself thinking a lot of negative thoughts. Ooh, that's another thing. If you find yourself tripping, falling, bruising easily, bumping your head or what have you, pay attention. That's not just a random occurrence. That is them getting you out of whatever it was you were thinking or saying at that time. So pay attention to what you were thinking or saying when you trip and fall or stub your toe or something like that. That's them trying to get you up out of that and back in alignment. You're going to find that they are being very strict on you in terms of your thought process and trying to get your spirits up. A big message for many in this group is you are bigger than what you are currently doing. And your loved one here is showing you that. You may be dealing with some back pain, neck pain, and it's just stress that's sitting there. So remember what I said about movement. These mediumship readings are not the easiest readings to do because I feel you guys' grief. I feel what the person on the other side was going through, any ailments that they had while they were here. But I do this because it is so fulfilling to know that I can transmute you all out of that grief and into happiness, into your highest calling. So if these messages were helpful for you all, I have a goal of getting to 1,000 subscribers by my birthday, which is the end of January. Subscribe, like, comment if this was helpful. It encourages me to keep doing these for you guys, keep doing these readings for you all. And it helps get this message out to those that need to hear it, that need comfort right now, especially during the holidays. So I thank you all for sitting through this, especially if not all of the messages connected and you were patient enough to wait for the messages that were here for you. I'll see you all on the next one.